Today I have possibly one of the best releases from Hamilton watches this year. It's at least one of my personal favorites. There's a but though with this watch. The watch is great, but there is an odd quirk that I don't think I've ever seen on a watch before. So we're going to talk about that here in a minute, but the watch itself is the Khaki Aviation Pilot Pioneer, and it's a great watch that I think is going to appeal to a lot of people. Big thanks to my local authorized dealer, Gem Bijou, for lending in the watch. If you're shopping watches, check them out at gembijou.com. Now, before we get to the watch, it is Movember, and the beard is finally coming along. Throughout the entire month of November, there will be a link in the description of all my videos where you can go and contribute to the Movember cause. It's a very good cause. Even small donations can go a long way, and I appreciate anybody that contributes. So let's get to the watch. So there's actually three versions of the watch: a steel 43 millimeter manual wind with small seconds. There's also a bronze 43 millimeter with small seconds. That one, when Gem Bijou gets in, I definitely want to borrow for a video. And if he gets both at the same time, I may even see if I can borrow both, but we will see. The third model is this automatic 38 millimeter, and all three take inspiration from an important part of Hamilton's history, which is their World War II military watches, and specifically the Model 23 pocket watch that was used by U.S. soldiers in World War II. The dial on the watch is neatly laid out and easy to read, like you'd expect from pretty well any watch in the Khaki lineup. The dial itself is a matte black and has a fine texture to it, which helps with giving contrast to the old radium colored hands and markers. They've kept the print work to a minimum with Hamilton and the H logo up at the 12 and Khaki automatic down near the 6 o'clock. The printed markers and railroad minute track are nice and crisp, and the cathedral handset looks right at home on the watch. The loom is unfortunately what you'd expect from Hamilton. They just seem to struggle to put out a watch with good loom. That's not always the case, but this one is pretty weak. The hands, not so bad, but the hour markers fade quite quickly. Now, although the loom isn't all that hot, one thing that I was surprised by was the AR coating. It's actually really good, so wearing this under harsh lighting situations, you'll have no problem getting the time quite easily. So I mentioned there was an odd quirk with this watch, and that has to do with the bezel. It's a bidirectional countdown bezel, but what's strange is it's a 50-click bezel. It's possible there's a reason or use for that, but I can't imagine what that might be. You can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 clicks for every 5 minutes, and I'll just go back to the 12 for a second. If we go ahead 1, 2 clicks, you can see that we are pointed at the 2.5 minute mark. I just don't know what's up with that. And because it's only 50 clicks, it's kind of a clunky feeling action. Each click feels solid and precise, but it's just a very different feeling bezel action. I can't confirm, but I've read the insert is made with mineral crystal. I'm curious now if the 43 millimeter versions have that same 50 click, so we'll have to try to get one of those in and see. The case is fully brushed, totally a no-nonsense design. It's about as simple and straightforward as you're going to get. The crown is an onion-style push-pull crown. It's got good winding action, easy to get a hold of to wind and adjust the time. Through the case back, we have the H10 movement, which is on display. It's essentially the ETA-based Powermatic 80 with a power reserve of 80 hours and the Nivicron anti-magnetic hairspring. The watch comes out on this brown leather strap. It is quite a bit softer straight away than some of the other leather straps I've experienced on certain Khaki models. The stitch work looks good and clean, and we have a signed steel buckle. When I first got the watch, I thought it would for sure come in at a bigger size than the 38 millimeters Hamilton had listed on their site for the case width. It looks and wears bigger, I find, but when I put the calipers to it, it actually came in at just under 38 millimeters at 37.9. The lug to lug is 46 millimeters. Lug opening on the watch is 18 millimeters, and the thickness is 11.9 millimeters. Water resist is 100 meters. On wrist, this thing wears amazing. I think even with the weird bezel situation, it's a really cool watch. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if there's a reason for the 50 click bezel, but I just couldn't find anything on it at all. If anyone has any idea, definitely let me know. Otherwise, this is a really cool watch, cool release from Hamilton, and one of my favorites in a while. Cost wise, full MSRP on this is $9.95 USD. The 43 millimeters are $12.95 for the steel and $15.45 for the bronze, and I'll definitely do my best to get one or maybe both of those in at some point. One last thing before I let you go. If you haven't, make sure to enter my 10K subscriber giveaway. We're getting very close to hitting 10K, and within a week or two of hitting that mark, I'll be doing the draw of the winners. If you missed it, I'll leave a link to the video where you can enter in the description below. So that is it. Appreciate you guys stopping by today, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.